Guess what, everybody? I got a haircut. Oh, and also, I'm being reported. I just got in a conversation with my teacher today, my professor, excuse me. Um, and apparently, I'd sent an email while I was having a panic attack because I didn't know if I was going to be able to come to class. Most people don't know this about me, but I have a chronic illness that causes me to be too sick to sit in like a desk, sit upright, do any of this. I mean, if you have it or you know someone who has it, you probably can tell the signs from what I've talked about. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but it makes professors kind of not like me, which I can understand because it's a lot of work to deal with a special needs student. And I just like have a service dog, and you know, I'm like super flustered right now. So I was not sure what the part of my email gave this professor the idea that I didn't think that she was doing her job, or that I don't know what in the email outwardly insulted her. I don't know if it was that she didn't read the whole thing and it was taken out of context, which I mean can happen. You can read certain words and that sticks out to you. I don't know if she was having a bad day or maybe she's having a bad quarter like me. I just wanted to be able to catch up on my work, and it turns out I'm not even that far behind, so that's great. Um, but, I realized that this situation is very similar to the last couple of situations I've had with professors where they get mad at me because I come off as too aggressive or assertive. And I I'm not a very aggressive person naturally. I know that on here I can get like, and whatnot. But usually when I come into class and I meet a new professor, I try my best to treat them like I would treat any other professor and give them the respect that you give a teacher. And, the person who's working constantly does all of the stuff for you, but also as someone who is paying my teacher to teach me these things, I'm also kind of a customer as well. Um, College is expensive, and especially since I'm winding down, I've been more critical of my teachers lately just because I'm getting to that point where I know I'm gonna have to start paying for all of this, and it's just stressful. Stress everywhere. You can't tell. Luckily, I have freckles, so it's hard to tell. But I just like I'm one of those people that will speak my mind when I feel it is necessary. Which in this case, no matter what my opinion was of this teacher at the time of me sending the email, I did not express that opinion to her. I was just asking for help while having a panic attack. So like some of the wording might have been off. It's a little hard to type when your hands are shaking. I'm imagining you guys understand that. And yeah, I sent it to other people, and they said they don't see anything that she was pointing out. I don't understand. But I have had multiple teachers come up to me and be like, or me be one-on-one with a teacher. Some of them will get angry and yell at me, which, not exactly the best for me. Some of them will immediately shut down. I don't know if it's them thinking I'm being disrespectful because I'm trying to talk to them adult to adult, um, or, see them as a human being and not just teacher bot. Um, I kind of understand some people are very shut off with their emotions. They don't want to express their emotions. They want to be 100% professional all the time. But when you're in college, it's kind of a different atmosphere between teachers and students. It's professional, but it's also emotional because you're constantly with these people, and it's not it's an area of study that you can do by choice. You don't actually have to do it. So like for me, I feel like the relationships between professors and students in college are a lot different than in high school or middle school, or in a boss and an employer situation. So I try to be pretty like understanding of what my teachers go through. I talk to my teachers all the time. I'm really concerned about like some of the things that are going on in my school. And I'm, if I think that there's a situation in class that could possibly affect other people, is when I speak up. But at this point, I feel like the teachers that don't like me are so stuck in their ways and stuck in where they've been and what they've done, that they don't want to open their mind to being different in the future, even if I go about saying like, you don't have to take this to heart. And one experience I've had where I was watching a movie in class, and I didn't know that at the end the person committed suicide. That was a big issue for me because I lost a friend to that a while back. I mean, I think almost everyone has. If they're my age, it's upsetting and it's crazy, but someone who has, or you have personally. And so it's a very common, I guess I could say, trigger, is talking about suicide, showing suicide, anything like that in a movie. And he didn't say anything about it, so I was like, all right, I was unprepared. I wasn't expecting this. And I could have done my research. I probably should have done my research, but he was super excited because it's like the twist of the movie. So spoiler alert, luckily I didn't say the actual title. And so when I talked to him about it, he was kind of like, I don't want to spoil the movie for people by saying, by the way, this movie is suicide. And we went back and forth, and it was a good conversation. This is one of the times that I've had good conversation with, I don't want to say criticizing, I want to say like suggesting, trying to be helpful from a student point of view, because most professors are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. They don't know what a student point of view is, because when they were a student, we weren't even thought of yet. Just like be that person that kind of bridges the gap, I guess. I don't know. As an older student myself. And yeah, that turned out to be pretty well. We agreed that he could say that if there was something that bothered the person during the film, that if they needed to step out and calm down, or if they needed to talk to him afterwards, then they could. And that's like common for teachers to do. And I just know in situations that my friends have had, that where it's been you're looked down on for not being able to handle it, or not wanting to watch something like that because it's in the teacher's syllabus. So like you're supposed to do it. You have no other option, and that's annoying. But I've just, with my medical issues and everything, I try to be a different point of view for people. That's why I do videos. And at this point, I'm feeling very attacked because I'm told I'm going to be reported. And I feel like I'm not in the wrong here. I don't feel like I need to be reported for having an opinion. And even though I didn't state that opinion directly in my email, the conversation with this teacher was very aggressive, coming from her end, immediately making me feel shameful for the way that I wrote the email, even though I don't even remember. I tried to be like, hey, I was having an anxiety attack, and if anything I said hurt your feelings, I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to come off as. I just needed help, and that's what I wanted to come here and talk to you about, not for you to sit there and blast me about an email that maybe has some sort of subtext within the lines of the email that says how I'm truly feeling, which is lost because of this situation. And yeah, no, it's just like some people can't take criticism, and I feel like I am one of those people that openly criticizes. I don't know if that's like, and I don't do it in a disrespectful way. I just, if I see something, I have to say something, and that's how I am as a person. I'm not one to pick fights, but if there's something going on that doesn't seem right, I'm going to say something about it, because in this day and age, if you keep quiet, then it's going to keep happening, and more people are going to end up in your situation. So yeah, professors don't like me because I'm very outspoken, and I do come off as assertive and aggressive, and I guess in their way, since I'm not being the submissive, childlike student that wants to learn all the time and has no other thoughts except for my teacher is Lord and Savior, I am seen as not cool. This is a really long video, so I'm gonna end that there. I don't know what to do, because that would be kind of like taking out my personality and stabbing it and being like, all right, now you can go back to school and just be a robot, because I don't expect teachers to be robots and follow things and do all of these things that and not have any feelings about it, and I don't think they should expect the same from me. But that's about it. That's my rant for today. Y'all have a good afternoon, and I'm gonna drink away my feelings. Not really, but I had to say something there. Like and subscribe, and give me a topic to talk about. Adios.